Sūrat Al-Kawthar is the 108th surah of the Quran, and the shortest. There are several differing opinions as to the circumstances under which it was revealed. According to Ibn Ishaq, it was revealed in Makka, sometime before the Isra and Mi'raj. Hadith. The first and foremost exegesis, tafsir of the Quran is found in Hadith of Muhammad. Although scholars including Ibn Taymiyyah claim that Muhammad has commented on the whole of the Quran, others including Ghazali cite the limited amount of narratives, thus indicating that he has commented only on a portion of the Quran. Hadith is literally speech, recorded saying, a tradition of Muhammad validated by isnad, with Sara Rasul Allah. These comprise the Sunnah and revealed. According to Aisha, the life of Prophet Muhammad was practical implementation of Quran. Therefore, high account of Hadith elevates the importance of the pertinent surah from a certain perspective. This surah was held in special esteem in Hadith, which can be observed by these related narratives. Imam Ahmad recorded from Anas bin Malik that a man said, "O Messenger of Allah, what is Al-Kawthar?" He replied, "Like carrots." Ma said, "O Messenger of Allah, verily, they will be beautiful." The Prophet replied, "Will be more beautiful than them, O Ma." Closing parenthesis. Narrated Anas bin Malik. The Prophet said, "While I was walking in paradise, I saw a river, on the two banks of which there were tents made of hollow pearls. I asked, 'What is this, O Gabriel?' He said, 'That is the Kawthar which your Lord has given to you. Behold, its scent or its mud was sharp-smelling musk." Narrated Ibn Abbas. The word Al-Kawthar means the abundant good which Allah gave to him. Abu Bishr said, "I said to Sayyid ibn Jubair, some people claim that it is a river in paradise." Said replied, "The river that is in paradise is one item of that good which Allah has bestowed upon him." Narrated Abu Ubaidah. I asked Aisha regarding the verse, "Verily we have granted you the Kawthar." She replied, "The Kawthar is a river which has been given to your Prophet, on the banks of which there are hollow pearls, and its utensils are as numberless as the stars." Narrated Harith bin Wahb. I heard the Prophet mentioning the lake found, saying it is equal to the distance between Medina and Sana. Harith said that he heard the Prophet saying that his lake found would be as large as the distance between Sana and Medina. Al-Mustawrid said to Harith, "Didn't you hear him talking about the vessels?" He said, "No." Al-Mustawrid said, "The vessels are seen in it as the stars." Narrated Anas bin Malik. One day the Messenger of Allah was sitting amongst us that he dozed off. He then raised his head smilingly. We said, "What makes you smile, Messenger of Allah?" He said, "A surah has just been revealed to me," and then recited, "In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful. Verily we have given thee Kawthar, therefore turn to thy Lord for prayer and offer sacrifice, and surely thy enemy is cut off." Then he said, "Do you know what Kawthar is?" We said, "Allah and his messenger know best." The Holy Prophet said, "It is a canal which my Lord, the Exalted and Glorious, has promised me, and there is an abundance of good in it. It is a cistern, and my people would come to it on the day of resurrection, and tumblers that would be equal to the number of stars. A servant would be turned away from. Upon this I would say, my Lord, he is one of my people, and he would say, you do not know that he innovated new things after you." Ibn Ishaq made this addition in the hadith, "He was sitting amongst us in the mosque, and he said, 'What he innovated after you?'" Narrated Sal ibn Sa'd. I heard the Prophet saying, "I am your predecessor at the lake found, and whoever will come to it will drink from it, and whoever will drink from it will never become thirsty after that. There will come to me some people whom I know and they know me, and then a barrier will be set up between me and them. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri added that the Prophet further said, I will say those people are from me. It will be said, you do not know what changes and new things they did after you. Then I will say, far removed, those who changed after me. Narrated Asma, the Prophet said, I will be at my leg found waiting for whoever will come to me. Then some people will be taken away from me, whereupon I will say, my followers. It will be said, you do not know they turned apostates as renegades, religion and from being put to trial. Narrated Abdullah, the Prophet said, I am your predecessor at the lake found, and some men amongst you will be brought to me, and when I will try to hand them some water, they will be pulled away from me by force, whereupon I will say, O Lord, my companions. Then the Almighty will say, you do not know what they did after you left. They introduced new things into the religion after you. Narrated Samra ibn Jundab, I heard the Prophet saying, I am your predecessor at the lake found. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet said, there is a garden from the gardens of paradise between my house and my pulpit is on my lake found. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Allah's apostle sent for the Ansar and gathered them in a tent and said to them, be patient till you meet Allah and his apostle, and I will be on the lake Tang. Narrated Mukhtar bin Fulfil that he had heard Anas bin Malik say that the Messenger of Allah dozed off, and the rest of the hadith is the same as transmitted by Muse minus here except for the words that he said, it is a canal which my Lord the Exalted and the Glorious has promised me in paradise. There is a tank over it, but he made no mention of the tumblers like the number of the stars. Narrated Uqba ibn Amir, one day the Prophet went out and offered the funeral prayers of the martyrs of Uhud and then went up the pulpit and said, I will pave the way for you as your predecessor and will be a witness on you. By Allah, I see my found just now and I have been given the keys of all the treasures of the earth. By Allah, I am not afraid that you will worship others along with Allah after my death, but I am afraid that you will fight with one another for the worldly things. Narrated Jafar bin said, once the Prophet called the Ansar in order to grant them part of the land of Bahrain. On that they said, no, by Allah, we will not accept it unless you grant a similar thing to our quarries brothers as well. He said, that will be theirs if Allah wishes. But when the Ansar persisted in the request, he said, after me you will see others given preference over you in this respect. You should be patient till you meet me at the Tang. Narrated Usaid bin Hudayr, a man from the Ansar said, O Allah's apostle, will you appoint me as you have appointed so and so? The Prophet said, after me you will see others given preference to you, so be patient till you meet me at the Tang. Narrated Anas bin Malik, the Prophet said to the Ansar, after me you will see others given preference to you, so be patient till you meet me, and your promised place will be the Tang. Narrated Anas bin Malik, when Allah favored his apostle with the properties of house and tribe as Phi, he started giving to some quarries men even up to 100 camels each, whereupon some Ansari men said about Allah's apostle, may Allah forgive his apostle, he is giving to Quraysh and leaves us, in spite of the fact that our swords are still dropping blood. When Allah's apostle was informed of what they had said, he called the Ansar and gathered them in a leather tent and did not call anybody else along with them. When they gathered, Allah's apostle came to them and said, what is the statement which I have been informed, and that which you have said? The learned ones among them replied, O Allah's apostle, The wise ones amongst us did not say anything, but the youngsters amongst us said, "May Allah forgive his apostle." He gives the question and leaves the answer. In spite of the fact that our swords are still dribbling with the blood of the infidels, Allah's apostle replied, "I give to such people as are still close to the period of infidelity. Won't you be pleased to see people go with fortune, while you return with Allah's apostle to your houses? By Allah, what you will return with is better than what they are returning with." The answer replied, "Yes, O Allah's apostle, we are satisfied." Then the Prophet said to them, "You will find after me others being preferred to you. Then be patient till you meet Allah and meet his apostle at Al-Kawthar." But we did not remain patient. Commentary. Linguistic definition of Kawthar means incredible loads of amounts, lots and lots and lots and lots of it. Kathir has letter ya in it. Kawthar has letter waw in it, and in Arabic rhetoric the waw is stronger than the ya. So word kathra means a lot. Kathir emphasizes a lot more abundance than kathra. And eventually Kawthar equals even more than kathir, abundance of a lot. Al-Kawthar comments on the name of the surah that the Arabs used to describe anything in a lot of quality, quantity, and it is very valuable that you have to guard it equals Al-Kawthar. When you say kathir, it can refer to a lot of good or bad things. Kawthar, however, can only refer to good things.